Have you ever wanted to start over with a new job in a new location, but are worried about the results? That's the subject of this video about a woman who wanted to start over in a very rural location and was fearful of becoming lonely. Stay tuned to learn how the reading showed what she should do. Hi everybody, I'm Sue Ellen Clayton. Welcome to my channel where we're learning how to read tarot one card at a time. In today's video, we'll be looking at 3 cards to answer the question, will I be lonely if I move? I will be using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and there is a link below. This scenario was posted anonymously by someone who said that she had been in a rut and wanted to start over. For simplicity's sake, I will call this woman Whitney. Whitney has been offered a new opportunity that would require her to move to a new house in a very rural location and is worried about being lonely. Whitney consulted the cards to see if she should take the job. She did not say that she used any kind of spread, so we will just read the 3 cards that she pulled. They are the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. The first thing I noticed was that they are all minor arcana cards, so this is not a life-altering decision that will change the course of Whitney's life. It is more a reading about the practical matter of moving. I also noticed that we had 2 aces, which are about new beginnings. So let's take a look at the cards one at a time. The first card is the Ace of Cups. Aces are about new beginnings, and cups are about emotions, trusting your intuition, and deepening your connection with Spirit. In this card, we see that Spirit is handing Whitney a gift, and her cup is overflowing with blessings. This is a card about making a decision based on your emotions rather than your mind. It can signal the beginning of something that you will throw your heart and soul into. In Whitney's case, I believe that this will be work, getting her new house in order, and hopefully creating a plan to deal with her loneliness. There is a dove above the chalice with a wafer in its mouth. Doves represent peace. I believe that Whitney will have peace if she follows through with this opportunity. The water is falling onto a pond covered with either water lilies or lotus flowers. In Buddhism, lotus flowers represent purity and spiritual awakening. In Hinduism, the lotus represents beauty, fertility, and prosperity. For those of us in America, water lilies symbolize birth, enlightenment, and resurrection. All of these are incredibly positive and add to my belief that this move will be a great decision for Whitney. Also notice that some of the flowers are opened and others are closed. This represents current and future opportunities for Whitney to grow emotionally and spiritually. In the distance at the left side of the card, we see a green hill. This could represent Whitney's potential destination. Green is the color of adventure, growth, and health, so that bodes well for her move. However, to get there, she has to cross a lot of water, so she'll definitely experience some emotions on this journey. Finally, the Ace of Cups can represent getting in touch with your emotions and intuition. Intuition is like a muscle and it grows as you use it. Moving will heighten Whitney's ability to trust herself and to rely on Spirit. Having a social life is clearly important to Whitney and the main subject of this reading. I feel like Spirit will totally support Whitney by giving her opportunities to meet people. A final thought about the aces is that they don't guarantee results. They are only the first step. So Whitney will have to take action if she wants to meet people. But the Ace of Cups indicates that if she follows through, she will be successful. The second card is the Ace of Swords. Like the Ace of Cups, this card signifies new beginnings that are a gift from Spirit. In this case, Whitney is being given the gift of clear, logical thought. The steel of the blade is a cold blue color, which indicates that swords only are interested in the cold, unyielding facts. The sword allows Whitney to be objective and cut through any confusion so that she can see the truth. Swords are associated with mental sharpness, clear thinking, and communication. This sword means that Whitney has the ability to cut away her thoughts and beliefs that are no longer needed in her life, which is really positive when she wants to make a fresh start. On the top of the sword, we see a crown. Crowns were worn by people in authority and symbolize their ability to think clearly and take decisive action. The top of the crown is open and symbolizes a connection with Spirit. This reinforces the message that Whitney has the ability to think clearly, but should also make her decision in conjunction with Spirit. On the top of the crown, we see an olive branch on the left and a palm branch on the right. Olive branches symbolize peace, victory, and strength. This symbolism can be traced back to Greek mythology and is also found in the Bible and the Quran. So I believe that Whitney will have the strength to make the move and also find peace. Palm branches date back to Greek mythology and, just like olive branches, are a symbol of peace, victory, and triumph. This is another strong indication that Whitney will make it through the move and eventually triumph. Palm trees are also known for being very resilient and able to thrive in challenging environments such as hurricanes because, unlike most trees, they were able to sway and bend during high winds. So this is a message to Whitney that, while she may experience some hard times, she needs to go with the flow and she will make it through. Underneath Spirit's hand, we see rocky purple mountains. Mountains are about challenges and purple represents spirituality. So I'm guessing that Whitney can make it through the challenges if she stays connected with Spirit. The good news is that Whitney's perspective is from high above the mountains, so she has the ability to see both sides of the issue about moving. The Ace of Swords is the complete opposite of the Ace of Cups. Its message is that Whitney needs to think clearly. The double-sided blades of the sword generally mean to look at both sides of the issue, so she needs to examine the pros and cons of the move. However, in this situation, I believe that the two sides of the sword represent Whitney's mind and her heart. She needs to look at the situation logically, but also consider her feelings. The final card is the Four of Wands. We are not using a spread, but if we were, this would be in the outcome position. The Four of Wands is a celebration card. It often signifies new beginnings, so now all three cards are indicating that Whitney has successfully transitioned to her new home and job. I normally think of this as a marriage card because the Four Wands look like a huppah, but it can represent any kind of joyous celebration. This can indicate a celebration that Whitney's move is complete and her wishes have come true. We also see that Whitney is part of a community. This is so encouraging because her big worry was that she would be lonely, and yet here she is surrounded by people. She might even be in a relationship or getting married. In tarot, fours represent a very stable situation. I always remember this because tables are stable. We see Whitney in front of a castle, which represents stability, security, and prosperity, so she's done well for herself. She would not be in this situation of stability if she were lonely, as wanting friends was a big measure of her happiness. The other indication that she is happy is the sunshine color of this card. Even the stage is yellow, so she has happiness above her in the sky and below her feet on the stage. So it looks like Whitney has made friends and become a part of her community. So let's summarize the reading. Whitney was seeking a fresh start. She had been offered a new job that required her to move to a very rural location and was worried about being lonely. The first card was the Ace of Cups. In this card, we see that Spirit is handing Whitney a gift and her cup is overflowing with blessings. The message of the Ace of Cups is that Whitney needed to make a decision based on her heart and not her mind. Moving will heighten Whitney's ability to trust herself and to rely on Spirit. Spirit will provide opportunities for Whitney to connect with people, although she will need to follow through with these opportunities. And the dove signifies that she will achieve peace. The second card was the Ace of Swords, which also signifies new beginnings that are a gift from Spirit. In this case, Whitney is being given the gift of clear, logical thought. She needs to look at both sides of the issue logically, perhaps by making a list of pros and cons of the move. The Ace of Swords reminds Whitney that all decisions need to be made in conjunction with maintaining a connection with Spirit. The two edges of the sword, when combined with the previous card, can indicate that Whitney needs to give her thoughts and her feelings equal weight in deciding the move. The final card is the Four of Wands. This celebratory card also signifies new beginnings and indicates that Whitney has successfully transitioned to her new home and job. She is in a stable situation and is part of a close and happy community. It's even possible that Whitney has met the love of her life and is getting married. In summary, starting over in this rural location looks like a positive move for Whitney. She made the decision with both her heart and her mind. She took advantage of the new opportunities that were offered to her and was not lonely. In fact, she is now part of a wonderful community and very happy. I hope that this video gave you some ideas that you can apply to your tarot practice. Please leave a comment if you'd like to share what you learned. And if you're not already a subscriber, I'd love to have you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss anything. I'll see you next time.